The WNBA officially made its return last week after a long, lengthy break thanks to the Olympics. Congratulations to the women's USA team for taking home gold. But now that the season is back in its stride, I would like to go through some midseason awards and some players who I think are rightfully deserving if the season was to end during that break. So let's start off with most improved player. I would go with Dejanay Carrington of the Connecticut Sun, who's posted a career best in almost every statistical category. Now that she's a full time starter this year, first time as a full time starter, her defense isn't the only thing that's being shown. She's shown that she can score, posting a career best in 13 points, do it on the glass, averaging about 4 boards a night, and now being on a defensive end, well, continuing to do it on a defensive end, I might as well say, getting a steal or two a night and averaging about 1 to 2 assists a game. And she's shooting at a good enough range where she's shooting about 40% from the field, way more than what she's done last season or her previous seasons. So my vote for most improved would have to go to her. Then we go to sixth player of the year. And although this was a close race, after a while, towards the end of that first half of the season, Kennedy Carter of the Chicago Sky has run away with that race. It's hard to see anyone taking it away from her. Coming off the bench, she's now averaged 15 points per game and she's shooting at a career best 54% from the field. And that dog that she's had is starting to be shown a lot more and being appreciated over that Chicago Sky roster, allowing her when she comes off the bench with that second unit, just give her the ball and let her cook. And she's been doing a fantastic job at it. Defensive Player of the Year is now where the awards start to get a little close for me. It's kind of hard. I have it between Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun, Nafisha Collier of the Minnesota Lynx, and Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces. All three women have been fantastic on the defensive end, Collier being a part of one of the best defensive lineups ever this season when it comes to the Minnesota Lynx, being very efficient, being third in rebounding and second in steals. Then you have Asia Wilson, who's second in defensive rebounding, first in blocks. She's been doing everything on the defensive end. And then you have Alyssa Thomas, who ranks in the top three in all those categories, but is also probably one of the most versatile defenders on this list. So as the season is starting to ramp back up right now, I would have to go with Alyssa Thomas. She's probably the most versatile defender, can guard 2 through 5. We've seen her down in the post, and we've seen her play above the free throw line. So for now, it would go to her. But I wouldn't be surprised if my opinion changes as this season goes on. Now we're at probably the hardest race there is so far, in my opinion, and that's Rookie of the Year. Now, if we were to ask me who would win Rookie of the Year when the season first started, I would have gone with Caitlin Clark. Then as the season went on, I noticed Angel Reese figured it out early, and she started to look like the Rookie of the Year. And for the sake of this moment now, she's my Rookie of the Year winner. After breaking the double double record by rookies and recently breaking the offensive rebounding record for the franchise of the Chicago Sky, it's clear to say that she is the Rookie of the Year. However, Caitlin Clark has been doing damage on the offensive end after getting buckets. Either she's scoring or she's getting assists for her team, and it's starting to show. Those last 10 games for Caitlin Clark, she started to figure it out. And now with this break that they've had, the first game back, she scores 29 points. So what does that mean? It means my opinion still stands. Angel Reese, if the season was to end today, would be Rookie of the Year. However, I'm starting to feel like everyone knows where whichever one of these two teams make it into the playoffs or has the better record at the end of it when it's all said and done, when the season's over, their franchise leader or face of the franchise player will win Rookie of the Year. And I'm perfectly okay with that. But before both of those two and pre injury, I had Cameron Brink being the Rookie of the Year after those first 2 months of basketball. However, she did go down with the ACL injury, but these two women are still fighting it out. And it's hard for me to fully commit. And I'm just excited to see where that race goes. Last but not least, I have the MVP race. Now, that race, you could think it's close, but to me right now, it's a bit of a landslide, and it has to go to Asia Wilson. And I've said this several times, and to anyone who's listened or wants to hear me, Asia Wilson has been on a silent revenge tour. She seemed like she was okay with not winning MVP last year after winning finals MVP and doing so many great things last year. But she came out this year swinging for the fences and just putting up unbelievable numbers. She's averaged 27 points a game, 10 rebounds a game. She's shooting at 51%. She's second in blocks. What can she not do for this team? And a lot was put on her plate when Jackie Young was out with the injury. And now that this team is starting to get healthy and was on that break, we can now see what this team is going to look like. And before this break even hit, they were going through an up and down stretch. But the last 4 games, they were on a 4-game win streak. So who knows what this team could officially look like as they start to hit playoff mode. And I'm excited for the rest of this WNBA season. You guys let me know in the comments, who do you guys have winning these races, these award races? And do I have it spot on? Do I not have it spot on? You guys give me an argument for someone who I haven't talked about that you think belongs in one of these categories. I'll see you guys at the end of the WNBA season, or probably by playoffs, where it's only going to get better from here on out.